Hi, boys and girls. How are you? Gosh, it feels so good to not have a mask on right now. Okay, so I am going to be rereading Perfect Square by Michael Hall. I love this story. I really, really do. It's one of my favorites. I probably say that too much, but Perfect Square. Remember, a perfect square, all four sides are the same. So if you remember same and square, it might help you remember the difference between a square and a rectangle. Okay? So, perfect square. It was a perfect square. It had four matching corners and four equal sides, and it was perfectly happy. But on Monday, the square was cut into pieces and poked full of holes. It wasn't a perfect square anymore. So it made itself into a fountain that babbled and giggled and clapped. On Tuesday, the square was torn into scraps. So it made itself into a garden. On Wednesday, the square was shredded into strips. So it made itself into a park. On Thursday, the square was shattered. I think this is my favorite one. So it made itself into a bridge. On Friday, the square was snipped into ribbons. So it made itself into a river. On Saturday, the square was crumpled and ripped and wrinkled. So it made itself into a mountain. On Sunday, the square waited to see what was next. It waited and it waited. Nothing happened. Aw, look at the square. Its four sides were confining, and its four matching corners were rigid and cramped. So it made itself into a window that looked out on a mountain that gave birth to a river that was crossed by a bridge that led to a park that was home to a garden that had at its center a fountain that babbled and giggled and clapped. The end. Isn't that so cool how a square can become so many different things? Now, boys and girls, you are going to get a square, okay? And if you want, you can, if you're here today. For the students that are here on Thursdays, they will be starting this activity very shortly. For students that are here on Friday, tomorrow, they will be doing this activity tomorrow. But for everybody else, if you'd like, you can cut a square. Make sure it's four perfect sides, all the same, and then you can rip it, cut it, crumple it. But you're going to use the whole square to create something brand new, okay? Something, whatever you want. I made a dog. If you didn't see this, this was a square, and actually you can kind of see this. See this part right here was the square, and I ripped out these pieces, and I made these pieces the head and the ears, and I drew just something tiny, okay? Remember in the book, it only had something small drawn on it. Here was a smile, very simple. When we had the fountain, they just added just the birds. So the drawing should be very, very little bit of drawing, okay? This was hole punches that were made. So there's all kinds of things. This was scraps. Remember, they was just ripped, made into flowers. So you can make anything you want. Think about it. Okay, if you're here at school, you're going to get one of the fall colors. So I cut out yellow, orange, red, and brown. Okay, beautiful fall colors that fall from the trees. I hope you enjoyed this story, boys and girls, and I can't wait to see your creations.